Okay, so the topic I picked, well, the hot topic I picked for this week is about social welfare and if you think welfare is right. So the first question I'm going to ask is define social welfare.
Well, it was originally set up to get people that lost their jobs or were injured assistance to get them through a tough time.
So what's your opinion on social welfare as of right now?
It's a handout for people that just don't want to work.
Why do you think it's just a handout?
Too many people are on it. Too many people um, just keep having more kids so they can get more welfare money.
So you believe that people abuse the welfare system in our country?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you think about countries with less of a welfare system than yours or with no welfare system at all?
Well, I don't think there should be none. I think it should be used the way it was set up originally
And
to
how is
help
it?
to help assist people when they need assistance until they find a job.
But how could you find a limit for that? Like, as of right now, you're saying that they're giving and like handing out jobs or handing out free money to people, but I I want to know like how you can be able to limit that.
You have to do it by staying on top of it more interviewing, um, doing more work to figure out if they actually do need it or not, and you need to cut it off at a certain time.
Yeah, I understand that. So have you? But have you ever donated food to a charity? Have you ever donated money to a charity for things like for welfare or no?
Well, I've donated plenty of money to the charities for food and whatever, but not strictly for welfare, the welfare program.
Okay. So do you think do you think people have the right to free housing if they cannot afford it?
That depends. It depends on the situation.
So give an example
If
of
they
the
can't,
situation.
if they can't afford it because they don't want to work, no. If they can't afford it because they can't work because of a disability, then yes.
Okay. Do you think healthcare should be available for anyone regardless of work status?
No.
And can you go on for that?
I believe that if you don't pay into the system, then you shouldn't be able to get the benefits of it. Again, if they cannot work and it's proven that they can't work for a very good reason, then yeah, I believe they should get health care.
So going off of that, do you think we like the government should use our welfare money for something else?
Well, yeah, I think they're spending way too much on welfare. They can take that money and lower taxes,
Okay. Yeah. Um.
or spend it for a program that's that means there's a better use than just welfare.
Yeah. So going back off of you're saying about how you want to limit or welfare should be limited. Um. The question I was going to ask is, do you when you say that, I understand like where we live in this country, there's a lot of homeless people. A lot of homeless people get welfare. Um, but so you believe that any homeless person should not get the welfare?
No, well, first of all, the homeless people aren't getting the welfare because if they were, they would be homeless.
True.
So, no, again, people that have mental disabilities and people that are physically impaired who cannot work, I believe it definitely works for them. But I see way too many people that have skills to work that are just too lazy to work. The system is broken because no one's really qualifying whether or not they need welfare or not. It's just too easy to get.
Hmm. Um. So what do you think about countries with less of a welfare system than yours, or with no? Oh, I already. That's the next question. So how do you think some people end up homeless, and if they do not have welfare from it, like how? Yeah. Okay. So say somebody does have welfare, but then they end up homeless from the welfare they had. What's your opinion on that? Because I feel like most of the people that are homeless maybe had welfare before.
I think I mean, I don't know for a fact, but I think most people that are homeless don't even know that there's a welfare program out there to help them
Mm-hmm.
know how to get it. If people were on welfare and then they're homeless, I don't understand that since it is there for them. As far as people being homeless, I think it's more from drug addiction or mental health problems, depression or whatever it may be that they're homeless.
Okay. So, and your good reasons for someone to get welfare were like having mental disabilities, or like, can you go more
Yes.
off of that?
Yeah. So if it's proven from a certified psychologist or psychiatrist that they're depressed, they're mentally just cannot work, and I'm not talking about ADD or any of this crap that everyone says they have
Mm-hmm.
and they get benefits from it. I'm talking about real issues that they have. Then yeah, I think that they should get welfare and they should be monitored. If they can get medication and get better,
Mm-hmm.
then they can get a job. Then they should go off welfare.
Yeah. Okay. And then adding off to that question, so how do people like kind of rig the system to get welfare, or like, I mean, in your terms, like, how do people like, kind of finesse their way to get welfare when they really don't need it?
I don't think they're finessing their way. I think they just fill out a form, and you know, I have never seen a form or gone through the process or know what the process is. So I'm not really positive how that happens. I don't know if they have to finagle their way or not.
Okay. And then the last question I just want to add was, are there any like programs around here that like help the needy, that like help people that need welfare that you know of, or anything like that?
Well, I don't know if it's helped the welfare, but I know there's plenty of charities for the abused woman, um, abused kids, people that have financial, um, they're in financial straits and they need assistance for a little while. I know there's a lot of programs that I've donated to that do that are outside of the government. I think the biggest problem with welfare is
Is the
that it's run
government?
by the government.
So, actually, I just want to add one more question. Yeah, so you think that we should limit, so the welfare should be limited by, the government should limit the welfare, and we put too much money into it. But I feel like it's always been a problem and it's never going to change. Like, and you said that maybe there's tests you can do to change it, to see who has welfare, but like, do you think there's any other solutions that, to not, like give out too much money out for welfare, or like,
I mean, I think there's always a solution, but the problem is, when you have two parties, the Democrats and the Republicans,
Mhm.
going against each other all the time,
hmm
where Democrats want to give more money out for social programs, and the Republicans want those people to work.
hmm
I don't think it's ever going to get done.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a solution, and the solution would start with, the first thing is the problem is the government's running it. So, no anyone that works for the government, in my mind, not everyone, but a lot of people are lazy and they just want to get a paycheck. But if you privatized it, I think it would work a lot better because then you would have to really qualify you.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the interview.
You're welcome.